here, the crowds have been steadily growing all afternoon. Some people have been here for hours, and I have to say, the weather has been kind to them, thank goodness, and they're all here wanting a glimpse of the torch. Now later, we hope to bring you that moment that the flame is carried into the park and the cauldron is lit. But first tonight, the police chief in charge of Olympic security says he's confident that its passage through every London borough during the next 7 days will go smoothly. He was speaking after a teenager was arrested for allegedly trying to grab the torch this morning as it made its way through Gravesend. Our Home Affairs correspondent, Guy Smith, reports.
Watch carefully or you'll miss it. Day 63 in the first serious attempt by someone to grab the torch here in Gravesend. There have been other examples where the Met's torch security team, made up of a total of 70 carefully selected officers, have had to intervene. In May, they tackled a man who they thought was trying to reach one of the runners. Earlier this month, 2 boys managed to get their hands on the torch but were quickly ushered away. And a few days later, a youngster on a bike entered the security bubble and was unceremoniously stopped. Tomorrow, the torch continues its journey through London. First stop, Greenwich. The Olympics National Security Coordinator warned against anyone intending to try anything.
The warning is you don't have a right to disrupt the torch. You know, this is that person's right to run with that torch. It is their moment. They've been nominated. They are some very, very inspirational people. It is their right to do it. You do not have a right to disrupt it. The torch security team are there to prevent you from doing so. Please don't go inside that protective bubble.
Someone has tried to grab the torch.
This was 2008. TV presenter Connie Huck was running with the torch before the Beijing Olympics. A protester angry at China's human rights record tried to grab it.
We've got to ensure that we're not comparing the Beijing torch with our torch. You know, there were lots of protests that was against the regime in China at that particular time. What we've seen for the last 63 days is, apart from the odd isolated incident, and I'm talking of, you know, less than one hand, we've ended up with a fantastic event, torchbearers going around the country, not being disrupted, hundreds of thousands of people. I think something in the region of 9 million people have been out and seen it and had a great time doing so.
And the hope is that'll continue tomorrow in Greenwich before the torch weaves its way to the East End and onto Walthamstow. The torch will go through all 33 boroughs during the next week. Certainly one of the biggest security challenges before the opening ceremony next Friday. Guy Smith, BBC London News.